Welcome back to iWrench and We Learn. Today's exercise slash activity is going to be retrofitting the AC unit system, I guess, that's in this vehicle. This is the 89 Celica GT-S. The fan's below, everything kicks on and acts right, but there's no refrigerant in it or no coolant. Not coolant, refrigerant, that's the right word. And when I grabbed one of those recharge cans, it doesn't fit on the fittings on this vehicle because obviously it was a different size. They used the R-12 back in the day. So we're gonna see if this little kit from the auto parts store does what it's supposed to do. To do a recharge using one of these cans, I like the AC Pro. I've used some other ones in the past. This one's got a pretty decent price on it, and seeing how I wasn't 100% sure that this retrofit kit would work right, I decided I'd go with a slightly cheaper can the first time around. So a couple of things you need to identify when you do work on your AC line. You need to know the high port for your AC. This is the high line or the high port. And then the low port, if you're working on the 89 Celica, it's gonna be over here on the passenger side near your power steering reservoir. I did take off the cap at the auto parts store. I grabbed a can of recharge that was labeled R-1234, essentially R-12. Went to put it on there, and that definitely doesn't fit any of the adapters that exist at the stores today because R-12 is really old. So theoretically, we'll unzip this box, plastic container. One of those is for the high side, one of those is the low side. We'll get them snugged up. And in theory, I'll be able to just hook up a regular can of charge. I did consult a mechanic friend who does AC work, and he said if you get the ports converted, you can use the modern, this is, everybody calls it 34 R-134A. So that's what we're gonna attempt today. I can confirm that screws in beautifully. They are labeled as well. That's low. The other one, I'll put it right there. It's upside down. It has an H on it for high. I did find enough documentation online to know that this one's the high port. I also read on the back of the packaging here that you clean off the threads, and then you will, once the threads have cleaned off and dried off the ports, then you can install the new ones. So we'll hit this with a little bit, not even showing you. Wow, good job. Hit it with a little bit of our favorite cleaner there. And then I will do the same here. This one I didn't tighten down. I just wanted to see how easy the threads are gonna be to work with. And it is easy. So I'll do that and get a little microfiber. Wipe these down, make sure the threads are clean, and then we'll install them, tighten them down. All right, I have connected the fittings. I mean, that was as easy as it sounded. I did have to fool around for a minute trying to find the right size wrench to tighten them down. Ended up using a box end, I want to say it was the 17 millimeter. Probably is like a 1/2 inch, just guessing. But I didn't have one of those right offhand, so I used what I had. Now I'm gonna start it. You're supposed to start it up and put the AC settings all on full blast. I will show you that because it'll probably shower me with goodness if I were to guess. All right, sorry about the potential motion sickness there. Okay, clutch is in. So it says to put it on recycled air. You hear it blowing. You can also see that when I push the AC button, it won't light up anymore, which it did once or twice. Now it doesn't. And the auto button seems to make things work better or worse. It's kind of funny. So if I put it on auto, you can hear it kind of tone down. It's on cold. Hit the AC button, and I'm just going to put it back on high, and it's blowing as hard as it'll blow. So we'll go back over to the AC line now that it's on full blast. Sorry about the shaky. Ugh. It's a little hard to get in and out sometimes. It is rather low. And take off the black plastic cap. Save it for later. Try to set y'all up where you can see and hear at the same time. This unit just had a quick connect. Connect that on. This one has the on-off setting. It is on 0 PSI. Turn it upside down. Start squeezing in the juice. This is upside down. Filling release trigger in 15 seconds. Pressure is good. Fill until vent air is full. Do not overfill. That's what that message says. Sorry. I was reading it upside down, assuming you can too. I want to focus on it. Didn't take long. It said 26 to 50 right now. I'm going to go ahead and fill it just a little bit more. I want to get it as close to full as I can. But I am happy to see. There you go. 50. Pressure is good. Do not overfill. Well, it went back down to 40 now. Let's just keep an eye on that for a half a second. What I don't know is if there is a leak in here somewhere. That is possible. Also, do know that the car sat at least a couple months without running. So it's entirely likely that the Freon just escaped out of it because it didn't run and didn't move anywhere. Does not appear to be dropping anymore. Hit it a little more. Oh dear. Caution. I'm exceeding the levels. I see that. Alright. It's at 53. Dropped to 52. So what I was noticing the last time is I don't know that it filled very far into 53. So when it dropped back to 52, that is what it is. I'm going to leave that on there for a second. I'm going to go feel the air on the inside. It does say to fill it until the air blows cold. Let's see if it's blowing cold in here. I don't know why I'm bringing y'all along with me for this because you can't feel the air. That does not feel any colder. Let's see if the AC button will turn on there. Well, now, see, that's just disappointing. It feels kind of nicer, but it's not sitting out in the sunshine getting blasted, so I don't know that that really counts for much. Take off the recycle air, see if I can turn on the AC button. It definitely felt like it powered down the engine a little bit, like it was pulling air. See, technically it's off now. It's on again. Aren't you glad you're sitting here feeling this air blowing just like I am? I don't know. Let's slide it to hot. See if that'll make a difference. This might be one of those beyond Jedi Richard's control / abilities / equipment. By the way, that is not getting hot at all. Not even getting warm. Might need to do a heater core flush. Cut off. Well, isn't that just fun? I mean, it blows really well. It just doesn't blow really cold. So the fan very much works. Feels cool to me because it back out, I can hear the engine going a little easier. Push it in, I can hear it pulling. Hit that AC recycle button, it blows even harder. You might be able to hear that powering up, I don't know. It's not really making the air colder. So, who knows, there could be a couple of things going on there. Could actually be this switch, because it used to actually, well, it acts like it's working, maybe the bulb went out. The little light would actually light up. It's not doing that anymore, so my guess is that the little relay is maybe done, maybe there's a fuse I need to find. But like I said, the engine powers down, not powers down, but pulls, like it's pulling from it. So, I don't really know. Let me go check the levels on the charge can. Sorry again. Motion sickness for you. Let's see if it's dropping anymore. Oh well. Would you look at that? That shows zero. That would definitely answer that question. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury who are judging me right now, I know, I should not have left the charge can connected to the port and walked away from it, because it did loosen itself, which is why it was losing pressure. Sitting back down in the car right now, feels pretty good. I wouldn't call it ice cold because I could only fill it back up to about 24 PSI, 22 PSI. I think the can's pretty much empty. Way to go, Richards, wasting it. But that is good news. I will be able to get that simply just recharged a little bit more with another can. Later date, not an emergency, but once I get the strut mount fixed, my wife can gladly drive this back and forth to work. It's a pretty short drive. I want to take it to my job too, but it's a little bit farther. I want to make sure everything's kind of dialed in before we do that. So, I lied in the last video saying I would be back later to figure this out. Well, I guess I was. I figured it out. I think it does work just fine. This light seems to be gone. I don't know if you can hear that when it kind of idled down. Let me pop it back in and see if you can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. But the compressor definitely kicks in. So that's good news all around. Turn that off, turn the car off. We're done with this little episode of iWrench and We Learn.